Welcome to this week's edition of Acadiana Outdoors. Stay tuned for the next 30 minutes as your host, Byron Briggs and Nicky DeJean, bring you up to date on what's happening in the outdoor world. Whether we're fishing for big bass, chasing boss gobblers, or after that elusive Boone and Crockett buck, stay tuned for an outdoor adventure you won't forget. And here's your host, Byron Briggs.
Acadiana Outdoors. We have as our guest today Earl Leblanc. Earl, thank you for coming by today.
Thank you, Byron.
And
Thanks for inviting me.
And of course, I'm going to let you introduce your guest.
My guest?
Yeah.
I don't know if I know this guy.
All right. Well, Nick is with us today, and we have a great show planned on today's show. We have, we're going to talk briefly about Ducks Unlimited. We're going to show them a film on all about Ducks Unlimited, about ducks and everything else. And then the second part of our show, we're going to go up to North Louisiana, Nicky, with David McCann on proper kennel care for your dogs with vets.
Let's talk about DU first.
Super.
Errol, is it a fact that if there wouldn't be organizations such as Ducks Unlimited, that we wouldn't have any ducks? That's right, huh?
I tell you what, we'd have a lot less ducks than we have right now.
You see, according to Dave Hall, you take all of the liberals and all the anti-hunting group, they figured that if you wouldn't have a hunting season, it would be best. But according to the experts, you have to have good management to have a lot of ducks. So if you quit your hunting, then the ducks are going to disappear.
Errol, tell us what you have planned, before we go any further, tell us what you got planned for this coming up Ducks Unlimited
the Ducks Unlimited banquet's going to be September 23rd. It's going to be
a little early this year, huh?
Yeah, it's earlier than it was last year. We were a little late last year. That's really what took place. It's going to be September 23rd at Acadiana Prep High School.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be at the same spot it's usually at. We're going to have our banquet. It starts about 5:30 to 6:30. We got free drinks, free bar, and then we'll get started with some silent auction items. We'll go on from there into the full auction items, and we'll finish up the night.
Right now, where can they get their tickets, Earl?
We can get tickets. The people who attended last year will get a letter in the mail that you can get your tickets through the mail. But you can get tickets with me or any of the committee members.
All right, now who's on the committee?
Okay, we got a bunch of us. We got Scott Sebastian, myself, Kenny Pete,
No Mitchell.
Al Foray,
No Mitchell.
Ken and Carl Savoy.
They're one of our sponsors,
Yeah, they're one of your sponsors. I don't have the committee list with me here. I'm trying to think of some of the other people. We got Bubba Bowes on the committee.
All right.
Put me on the spot.
They can call LeBlanc
we got
Chamber, physical therapy.
But you can call me anytime. I'll get you some tickets.
We can talk to Jude Martin.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
We can
Jude
get
knows
tickets.
all about Ducks.
Yeah, we can get
tickets from Jude.
Tickets from Jude.
Errol, look, the DU, the St. Landry chapter has two groups, Opelousas and Eunice, right?
Right. That's the only two that I know of.
And all the money goes to the national, right?
All the money goes to national. It's spent, a lot of it is spent up north in Canada.
Right. And
with
now,
all the wetland habitat.
Right.
But there is more and more being spent.
Now we're starting to spend money in the United States with DU monies.
In fact, some of the DU monies.
And none of the chapter members get any reimbursement for any of the services they do, right?
No.
All gratuitous.
It's all volunteer.
Yeah, that's what I like to
All
hear.
volunteer.
Okay,
Well,
great.
wish you the best of luck on the meeting, and I hope it's as successful as it has always been.
Yeah, Nicky, you started years ago. Weren't you the first one that started over here? Or one of the first?
No, I started the first DU organized banquet in St. Landry Parish.
What year was that?
I'm going to say back in 70-something.
Yeah.
Because when I came in 75, I went to the DU banquet here. It was at the old downtown.
That's right.
That was it. That was one of the first ones. It must have been, 75, 76.
Yeah, that's when I came
That's
in
it.
town.
So it's been a,
They tried to get one started early, but it didn't jump off the ground, and we got all of our hunters together. You came and everybody had hunted, and Byron was there, and I think we had like 110.
That's the good old days.
We had like 110 people there for the first meeting,
Yeah.
and everybody was amazed that you could get something like that together.
It's true.
And it's just stayed together ever since then.
We're up to about 250 now.
Is that right?
That's a good
great.
membership.
That's great.
Well.
Nicky, I'm going to let you talk about our sponsors over here, and then we got a few other things here, and then we're going to get rolling.
Okay, we're not going to spend a lot of time on it, but our sponsors have to be mentioned. St. Landry Bank, Thrifty Way Pharmacy with Ken and Carl and Alfred, LeBlanc, Chamberlain, Martin. Now, Jude has to hear this. If he watches TV, I want him to hear.
Yeah, we got
I'll
to
make sure Jude listens.
R&D Sprayers.
Right. Dave.
David Prohaska, that's my man.
Carrier Sporting Goods.
Carrier Sporting Good in Ville Platte.
Right.
Dave's Gun Shop. DC Pontiac, Cadillac, and Buick, and GMC.
Right.
How you like that? And the Opelousas General Hospital.
Correct. And also we want to thank Joy Dog Food and Primos. And I see you got your new Primos shirt on. Okay, Nick.
We need to get Arrow one.
It's true.
Definitely.
Okay. Also, Nicky, I have a deal on duck season is right around the corner, and
Teal season's 18th, 19th.
that's right. And LJ Gazafi has some duck blinds on Highway 71 I want to mention for leasing, and it's only, 15-20 minutes from Opelousas. And it's excellent duck hunting. We made some trips over there last year, and it was just fantastic. So he has some blinds out there for lease, and
If they call us, we'll get them in touch with LJ.
Yeah, Sammy was talking to me about that this morning.
Great. Well, let's go on and show this Ducks Unlimited film, and then we're going to come right on back, and we have a picture we're going to show. Then we're going to go up North Louisiana. Good.
This is what Ducks Unlimited is all about. Waterfowl, wetland, wildlife, and the habitat they need to reproduce and survive. For thousands of years, wetland ecosystems have provided food, shelter, and space for an abundance of wildlife. These systems still provide those essentials, but the number of wetlands has declined sharply. Growing human populations and the need for food have placed enormous pressures on natural spaces around the globe. Vast reaches of North America's once untouched marshes and grasslands have been converted to other uses. But men and women of vision and purpose have worked for well over half a century to balance the loss of habitat. They've labored to secure untouched wetlands and to restore many of those already degraded. Their efforts have saved waterfowl habitat. Critical to our success are the efforts of DU volunteers, 47,000 strong across Canada and the United States. Volunteers contribute 1.5 million hours and raise more than $55 million each year to support DU's conservation, research, and education programs throughout North America.
I think our volunteers are the real backbone of the company, even though we actually work for them, for DU, Ducks Unlimited. The volunteers themselves are the ones who are raising the funds, which are vital to us being able to do our job and to reach those pretty high targets that we set each year. But I think equally important, the volunteers provide a moral support, a groundswell support within society for Ducks Unlimited, for habitat, for waterfowl. And without that support, obviously I don't think we could exist.
The results are truly impressive. To date, Ducks Unlimited has enhanced more than 2.6 million acres of habitat for waterfowl. We've secured more than 17.5 million acres. No other conservation organization in the world has conserved as much habitat for wildlife.
Ducks Unlimited is the backbone of the North American plain. They've been there at the start, they're in there in the middle, and they'll be there to the end. They're professional, they're energetic, they're enthusiastic, they're broad-visioned, they go well beyond waterfowl. Ducks Unlimited, I think, is a very broad-based conservation group, and its perspective is growing and increasing, and they're invaluable to the North American plain.
The North American Waterfowl Management Plan is the largest wildlife conservation program ever attempted on this continent. The plan involves dozens of private organizations and government agencies. The objective? To secure habitat for waterfowl across a broad range of habitat types. Since the plan began, over 1 million acres of wetland and upland habitat has been restored, improved, and protected. In 1991 alone, partners contributed $283 million to projects in the United States and Canada. Ducks Unlimited is a funding and delivery partner in many of the plan's 14 joint ventures. A number of DU projects and programs are underway today because of funds provided under the plan. The North American Plan has stimulated widespread practical action which supports the DU mission to provide for the needs of migratory waterfowl as they move between the breeding grounds in the north and wintering areas to the south. In the far north, we continue to work under the Arctic Goose Joint Venture. We identify critical staging grounds and other areas of major importance to nesting waterfowl. Along the Pacific Flyway, we're working in British Columbia and California. In the Fraser River Delta south of Vancouver, DU Canada is one of several partners working to improve Boundary Bay, an estuary. Estuaries are among the most productive ecosystems on Earth. Under the Pacific Coast Joint Venture, we've established a diverse program to secure habitat for the 5 million waterfowl using the area during migration and wintering. We work with farmers to protect land from recreation and housing developments. We help them evaluate new farming practices to make farmlands more valuable to waterfowl and reduce crop losses. We also work to acquire private uplands to add to protected wildlife management areas. In California, more than 95% of that state's historic wetlands have been destroyed. Because of this, many waterfowl and shorebirds are highly dependent on harvested grain fields for food during the winter. Ducks Unlimited is taking positive action to help waterfowl in this area. In the Sacramento Valley, we help rice farmers solve the problem of excess straw. We set up large-scale demonstrations and pay for the construction of large rollers to flatten rice stubble after harvest. Fields are then flooded to promote decomposition of stubble and attract waterfowl. While birds feed, invertebrates colonize the flooded fields and help decompose the straw. They also provide another source of food. When waterfowl migrate north, fields are drained in preparation for planting. This program disposes of excess straw for the farmer and creates important feeding areas for wintering waterfowl.
In the Central Valley of California, one of our goals is to work with private landowners, and there are very few other agencies that provide services to ranchers and farmers. Ducks Unlimited provides that vital information and technical assistance to help farmers and ranchers manage their lands in a way that are compatible with wildlife, and also give them the information they need so that they can provide wetland habitat for the wintering waterfowl.
On the Canadian breeding grounds on the mid-continental regions of the Central and Mississippi Flyways, our Prairie Care Initiative is the largest single habitat program ever undertaken by Ducks Unlimited Canada. Under Prairie Care, DU works with private landowners over large landscapes to secure water and improve uplands. The program benefits both waterfowl and agriculture. The challenges to waterfowl managers in this huge region are considerable. DU simply does not have the money to work on every pothole and parcel of land that might support waterfowl. We must carefully choose small areas for intensive habitat work. At the same time, we work with farmers and ranchers over much larger areas to bring about land use change. These changes provide tangible benefits to landowners and create significant gains in waterfowl production. We use satellite data to select the best potential waterfowl production areas. These landscapes range in size up to 400 square miles. We then design a new landscape based on a variety of land management options acceptable to farmers in the area. We offer demonstrations of waterfowl-friendly practices such as zero tillage. Zero tilling enables farmers to plant a crop directly into last year's standing stubble. The stubble catches snow during the winter, helps reduce wind erosion of soil, and provides large blocks of nesting cover. We also encourage farmers to convert highly erodible lands to permanent cover such as hay crops. Haying operations sometimes kill the hen on the nest or expose the eggs to predators. We offer financial compensation to farmers who delay haying operations until ducklings are safely on the water. provide technical advice to help the farmer or rancher establish managed grazing systems. The landowner benefits by getting better pastures, and ducks are able to nest in the ungrazed areas. Securing the water base, which provides food and shelter for molting adults and growing young, is also an important aspect of prairie care. The result over a number of years is dramatic. Landscapes, once hostile to ducks, are now hospitable to waterfowl. Nesting success rises, and additional birds are added to the breeding population. We're convinced that our prairie care program is the key to improving waterfowl recruitment in the prairie region. Whenever the opportunity arises, Ducks Unlimited Canada continues to do the kind of work we've done for many years, securing and improving wetlands on the prairies. In Alberta, we're working on more than 48,000 acres of ranch land southwest of Brooks, in the heart of Pintail country. Staff have completed negotiations with the provincial government and private landowners. At the Medicine Wheel project, we are enhancing waterfowl habitat and improving grazing lands for cattle. We're also upgrading existing irrigation works and installing new controls to allow water management on 40 separate wetland basins. The project will provide the water and nesting cover to increase pintail population in this area. In south-central Saskatchewan, we continue progress on our Thunder Creek Marshes project. From April until October of last year, we began filling the 60-mile-long complex with water. We completed dikes and an outlet structure on Kettle Hut Lake and secured more land downstream. Habitat management has improved nesting success and brood survival for widgeon, pintail, mallards, and redheads. We hope that whooping cranes will again use the area as a stopover during migration. Thunder Creek is scheduled for completion in 1994. In eastern Canada, we've started construction this year at Ontario's TIFO project, a threatened marsh on Matchedash Bay north of Toronto. Under the Eastern Habitat Joint Venture, the Nature Conservancy is acquiring land, and Ducks Unlimited is building 5 dike compartments for water level management. The TIFO project will improve both wetland and upland habitat for mallard, scaup, ringnets, and Canada geese.
Our Prairie Care program and the wetland projects you've just seen are outstanding examples of the work we do to improve waterfowl recruitment on the breeding ground.
We've established a major program on private lands for wintering waterfowl. In the lower Mississippi floodplain, over 80% of bottomland hardwood forests have been cleared, and throughout the Gulf Coast region, about 50 square miles of marsh are lost each year. 74% of remaining wetlands are on private land. The private landowner holds the key to restoration of our wetland base. 3 years ago, Ducks Unlimited responded to these problems with our private lands program, which is part of the Gulf Coast and the Lower Mississippi joint ventures under the North American Plan. We began in Mississippi, then expanded to Texas and Louisiana. In coming years, we'll extend the program to Arkansas, Tennessee, and southern Missouri. Our strategy is to help farmers manage their water resources more effectively. Their most important option is winter flooding of croplands. By placing a few inches of water on harvested fields, erosion of soil is reduced. Groundwaters are recharged. Water quality is improved as sediments settle to the bottom, and flooded fields become highly attractive to ducks, which feed on waste grain and weed seeds. In Canada's habitat, we've completed construction of the Cold Spring Lead project in New Brunswick, a shallow water impoundment in the 8,000-acre Portobello National Wildlife Area. Although this reserve contains a variety of wetlands, most of them are dry by early summer. To provide secure water for broods, Ducks Unlimited installed a simple dike and control structure. Black ducks, widgeon, goldeneye, and a mixture of other wildlife species will benefit. Further south along the Atlantic Flyway, waterfowl and other migratory birds encounter one of the largest wildlife havens on the East Coast. South Carolina's Ace Basin contains 350,000 acres of rich and varied habitat. One of the last undeveloped areas along the Atlantic seaboard, the ACE has been designated a high-priority habitat area under the North American Waterfowl Management Plan. It provides habitat for 17 rare or endangered species and for more than 500 other species of wildlife and plants. Its rivers and marshes afford secure and unpolluted feeding grounds for wintering waterfowl. In a major initiative to conserve this area, Ducks Unlimited in 1988 joined with 4 other conservation groups to secure 200,000 acres of the basin's habitat by the year 2000. Nearly 30% of the goal has been reached. A new national wildlife refuge has been established, and the ACE has been named a National Estuarian Research Reserve. For over 55 years, Ducks Unlimited has learned to do the right things for waterfowl, and has done them well. Our research arm, the Institute for Wetland and Waterfowl Research, is building upon that tradition. They continue to extend our knowledge through a range of studies conducted across the continent. For example, Institute scientists in Canada are evaluating the techniques used by Ducks Unlimited to make large tracts of Ontario beaver pond habitat productive for nesting ducks. Further east, we're examining the effects of drawdown on the productivity of wetlands in the Atlantic provinces. In the U.S., the Navy is funding an institute study on waterfowl use of Bloodsworth Island, a bombing range in Chesapeake Bay reserved each year as a sanctuary for wintering waterfowl. In southwest Louisiana, we're conducting some of the first research in the region on habitat selection and survival of northern pintails. These are just a handful of the 33 studies underway or planned by staff of DU's Institute for Wetland and Waterfowl Research. This high level of investigation is being conducted by some of the most talented wetland and waterfowl scientists in North America. Their studies provide the data we need to design programs and projects to ensure the greatest benefit to waterfowl for the dollars we invest.
You like that
Okay,
picture?
Nicky, I see you got this picture here of it cleaning a deer.
Yeah. Bredana, Shake Snyder. These are little patients of mine.
Right.
It just goes back to show you, well, you know, that's Matthew Provost with him. He's another patient of mine. Then her twin sister. And then the other little boy in there, I can't remember his name, but what this picture shows you is that I want all the daddies to remember, I want those kids out there hunting this year.
That's true.
And we want them, well, we talked about them fishing this
Yeah.
year, but we want them out there hunting.
Yeah,
We
we
talk
want them
about
to send in the pictures, because I know dove season's already started, and you know, we're talking about dove hunting, we got some great shows coming up. We want to remind our viewers that we have some shows coming up with the governor on the trip, the first day of the dove season. We're going to show
Dale
that.
Satig will be there, and maybe
Dirk
Dirk
DeVille.
DeVille.
Dirk DeVille from Ville Platte, and so we're going to have some great dove hunting shows. And but let's go ahead and go on up to North Louisiana now and show David up there on proper kennel care and his dogs, and then we're going to come on back.
And welcome to the second part of the Acadiana Outdoors show. I'm David McCann, here today with Dr. Chris Morris. Dr. Morris, glad to have you on the show.
Thank you, David.
Dr. Morris, I called you up the other day. We talked a little bit about portable dog pens. As you can see, Mr. James Campbell from Campbell Fence Company in Crossett, Arkansas, brought us a pen down here to use, and we want to talk a little bit about different methods of using a portable pen. Now, as you and I talked about on the phone,
Yeah.
there's all different things to look for.
Well,
Anywhere from parasites to concrete floors, dirt floors. Let's talk a little bit about that.
well, the best thing about it is that it is a portable pen. So whenever you're getting a portable pen and you're putting a dog in it, move it around to find the best area for the dog. Try it in the yard. Make sure the dog's happy in the pen, because if he's not going to be happy in the pen, you're not going to be happy with him in the pen.
Exactly.
He won't grow off as he should, or won't hunt as he should,
Right.
or have some other problems. So the best thing to do is move it around in the yard till you find the best place for it.
Okay, now, dirt floors compared to concrete floors. Now, you and I have talked about
Yeah.
this before on the phone. What are your feelings toward the dirt versus the concrete?
Well, you have the three different types. You got the dirt. Some people even go with gravel, and then other people go with concrete. The dirt floors are good, but I would eventually change it to a gravel or a concrete. And if you have the gravel, you want to be sure that it's the right size gravel where you can wash the waste down.
Correct.
The main thing you want to do is keep the waste washed out of there. And if you pour a concrete type, you want to have it with the slope there. So
Right.
that you can wash that all, to one area there and keep all the feces picked up. That's where a lot of your problems will come in, is in the cleanliness there. You can get a lot of parasite problems because the feces that will stay around, they'll work into their feet, end up with some hookworm problems. And then they, licking on the rocks, they can get some roundworm problems of the like.
Right. Now, I understand earlier you and I had a discussion. You said that you had seen several hookworm problems this
Yes.
summer.
With hookworm penetration, if they build up the feces, you don't keep the pen cleaned out, or it's a dirt run that you can't clean it out, you're going to get the larvae, and they'll penetrate the feet, and they can get swollen feet from the hookworm penetration that way. Also, just like they can take the hookworms in orally and get an intestinal problem.
Right. Now, Doctor, on the watering and feeding of an animal in these portable pens, we've talked earlier about the bowls before the show started.
Yes.
And having algae problems in them compared to an automatic waterer. What are your feelings there?
I like the automatic waterer myself, if that's what you'll be able to use. With the bowls, they can turn those over. They might be without water for a while that you might not know about. And with the hot summertime, it could get to be a problem. With the automatic water, they go up and get the amount that they need, and they're always going to need more water than the food that they're going to take in. Because
Exactly.
of the way that a dog gets his heat off is through the water he takes in and panning. And
Right. Now, you could fill the bowl up before work in the morning, leave for work, and 10 minutes later, after you left, he could turn a bowl over.
Exactly.
So I agree with you. I have the Lixit brand automatic water in my pen, and my dog really loves it.
with the always fresh water coming out.
Always fresh, and you don't have to worry about him breaking anything, turning anything over.
Stays cool, they drink more of it.
No algae problems or anything. And I tell you, it doesn't take them. A lot of people think my dog will never learn how to use that thing. That's not the case. What I did to teach him to use it, I just didn't tighten it all the way, and it dripped a little bit.
Yeah.
And I left that doing it about a day. And then of course the next day I tightened it down, and he just hit it like he's been doing it all his life. Now, food. In the summertime, should like myself that hunts a lab in the duck and goose fields in the winter, should I feed my dog more in the summer or less in the summer?
You're going to look. Most dogs are going to limit themselves. They're going to eat less in the summertime because they're hot. Whenever the heat goes up, their appetite's going to go down. With any animal that's got to stay out in the humidity we have here in Louisiana, their appetite is definitely going to go down. You can keep the automatic feeders out.
Right.
They can take in the food that they need, and you would be assured that they would have the amount that they need at that time. If not, you can put it out daily, but just know that if you're not working them to an extent that they would have to have that food, they're not going to take as much in during the summertime compared to the winter.
Right. Now, in the wintertime, of course, his activity level will increase.
Right.
And probably should increase his food intake somewhat.
Yeah. Either you increase the amount of food or the type of food you're feeding.
All right, now, the
food.
type of foods being, what are you talking about, dry or canned or
Well,
both?
I like to feed dry all the time, especially the one that's going to be in the pen. You'll decrease a lot of the problems with the teeth and the gum line with food getting stuck up in there. Also, with the dry foods, you're going to get more, they're going to take more food in. Because most of your canned foods are semi-moist, they just got water added to them. If you've got that fresh water there, why buy canned food when you can just feed them the dry food? They're going to take more in and put more of it to energy.
And in the hot summertime, that water just helps them.
Yes.
Right. Now, Doc, some people I've talked to have had problems with an automatic feeder. They say their dog just eats too much. And, of course, you can look at the dog and tell he's overweight.
Right.
Is there a way to cure that problem other than removing the feeder?
Not really. That's the thing you'd have to do is go to a once daily or twice daily feeding. You'd want to gradually get him back down to a once daily feeding. It's recommended that dogs past a year of age can get by with just a once daily feeding. They're going to have the amount of protein and calories, and they can, they've got the type of metabolism to where they only have to eat once a day. They could take that meal in and last them another 24 hours. And most of the time you'll do away with those weight problems.
Right. Now, dry food you're saying to me dry food probably has a little more advantage over moist food?
Right, because they're taking more of it in, and it's more packed with everything they need. You're just not feeding all the water. that's put in the canned foods or the semi-moist.
Now, you know, there's some other things that dry food over canned food does that you mentioned earlier about their teeth
Right.
and some more problems. I've seen dogs that their breath is just terrible.
Yeah, you get the tartar build up there.
Right.
We can always clean it off. They'll come in, we'll do a little teeth scaling down.
Right.
Some of the smaller breeds will have to do that, but with the, you know, if we have them on dry food, we don't have that problem.
Right. Now, as they're crunching the food, it more or less does that for them.
Yes, it does. It cleans them, or either you can give them milk bones, some type of biscuit to chew on, and that'll always help too.
Right. Now, some type of milk bone or chew toy, are there some chewable things that dog owners should stay away from?
You want to be careful. Don't give them any type of bones. If you
now,
as
you're
far as
talking about
bones,
chicken, pork,
yeah,
anything
stay
like
away
that.
from chicken bones, any bones that are easily splintered. You can get a big beef bone, and they'll be able to chew on it without any problem.
Okay.
And that also helps when you've got one in a pen here to keep their boredom down so that they don't get bored from
Right.
anything. You can keep them in a pen like that.
Okay, I tell you what, Doc, we appreciate you coming to the
Okay.
show.
Thank
Tell you
you,
what,
Dave.
we really appreciate James Campbell from Campbell's Fence Company out of Crossett, Arkansas, for letting us borrow this pen to set up to do the show today. I tell you what, if anybody needs to contact him, he's at Highway 52 North in Crossett, Arkansas. The zip code is 71635. The phone number there is 501-364-2724. That's Campbell's Fence Company, 501-364-2724. Well, that wraps it up for this week, and back to you, Byron, at the studio.
Hope everybody enjoyed North Louisiana trip with Dave McCann. That was great about those kennels, wasn't it, Nicky?
It was
Byron,
great.
he didn't show the fan this time.
Oh, okay.
But you know, a lot of people can keep a fan on their dogs
That's
during
what
the
I do.
summertime.
I have a
Yeah,
fan.
it keeps the mosquitoes off.
Yeah.
them.
That's
It's
right.
true.
They won't light on them.
No.
You know, it keeps them comfortable.
Right. I also want to mention John Oquane. He works at Bellows Poultry.
Right.
John has never missed a show.
Good for him.
He watches every week. He's not a big hunter or a big fisherman. But
We
he's
need a bell in here.
I know. We need him down the ring. But he's a
Like
he's a-
LPB?
that's right.
There
But
you
he's a great fan of ours.
Well, I
want you to know that.
appreciate
We
it. I
appreciate
tell you
John
what.
watching the show every week.
I tell
so-
you what, we have a lot of lady watchers.
We do.
I didn't
and
know
a lot
that.
of kids, Nicky.
Oh, well, I mean, I think it's mostly
Mostly
kids.
kids, right.
You know that, Al?
I know that.
These
I've
kids
been
like
watching
that
myself.
show.
Well, I'm not a kid, you know.
Well, okay.
A kid at heart.
That's
Well,
right.
wait, y'all have anything else this week, gentlemen?
Nothing much. Just make sure you get your ticket to
That's
Ducks
right.
Unlimited Banquet. We've got to
Great.
get a good turnout. We got to
Well,
save those ducks up
yeah.
up north. We'll
Rem-
get their habitat
That's right.
going.
The key is wildlife habitat.
That's right.
It's not to stop hunting.
It's not stop hunting.
It's
That-
management.
Yeah.
Right. It's not to stop people from hunting because that doesn't make a big difference.
Right.
It's the habitat that people are destroying up north.
Right.
Farmers are just clearing out land, clearing out water holes that are just makes it impossible for the ducks to be able to have.
That's true. That's true.
And that's the problem. That's what DU does.
Yeah.
is
Uh,
to save the habitat.
Everybody needs to get their hunting licenses.
Oh yeah, well the hunting season's already started. It's in 2 weeks. If they ain't got their hunting license, Nicky, they in trouble.
Get them, and you ought to wear glasses.
That's
dove
right,
hunting,
yeah.
Sunglasses,
Yeah.
plastic lenses,
Safety
true.
glasses.
Something
Safety
like
glasses was super. Okay, we hope everybody enjoyed this week's show.
Did I show you
Harold
the hat?
wants to make
No.
Little Team DU hat. I'm gonna have to get Nicky one, but I'm gonna give this one to Byron.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it, man.
some. Oh, Barn, I can't.
No, you
Can
can't
I
have
have
this one.
this
No, no, you can't have that one either.
It's only if I get a Acadiana.
Errol, I'm gonna
Oh,
get
okay.
you one of
All
these.
right.
This is
Okay.
coming from
I
me
Yeah,
directly.
I tell you what, now those are some nice hats.
That's a
Anybody
nice
wants a
hat.
hat like that, they can
That is
call
really
Nicky
neat.
and get a hat from Nicky. And also, what about our 800 number on hunts, Nicky? You were talking about that the other day.
What 800 number?
Got an 800 number if you want to make a hunt, you know?
You just give,
Yeah, we have
give you
8
guys a call? Or?
Yeah, give them a call, but after 8 o'clock, the number rings at Nicky's house, and after 8 o'clock, it turns into a 900 number when it talks nasty to you.
Nicky can handle it.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
There's no doubt.
Great. Well, listen, we enjoyed bringing you this week's show, and we hope hope everybody, when they're out there hunting, be careful and be safe, and
Take your kids.
take your kids out hunting. We'll see you next weekend. Thank you, Al.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks
Errol.
for having me.
Week's edition of Acadiana Outdoors. Stay tuned for the next 30 minutes as your host, Byron Briggs and Nicky DeJean, bring you up to date on what's happening in the outdoor world. Whether we're fishing for big bass, chasing boss gobblers, or after that elusive Boone and Crockett buck, stay tuned for an outdoor adventure you won't forget. And here's your host, Byron Briggs.
Well, Welcome to Acadiana Outdoors. Today is the opening day of dove season, and of course you can see it's still hot and everything, and we have Max with us today. Max, you want to say anything? And of course, Nicky.
Hi, Byron.
How you doing, buddy? We're going to have a great show today. Hopefully, Bud. Hopefully, the birds are going to fly. We have Dr. Tom Castillo with us today, and he's a great shot, and we just hope that he's going to get some birds, and we're going to be shooting over a bean field today. And Nicky, what you think? You think our chances are pretty good?
I'll tell you what, we have good weather today. Got a little north wind. It's not too wet out here. It's nice.
No, it's really not, you know. So hopefully we'll be able to kill a few birds, you know.
Max is ready.
Max is ready. Oh, Nicky, you got your Winchester shells?
I brought you a box, Byron.
I'll tell you what, we wanted to show them our Winchester shells. And you shoot that all the time, Nicky.
Yes. We have a new sponsor, too.
Okay, who's that?
Winchester.
All right. So, Nicky, in other words, you're saying if you shoot Winchester shells, your rate of hitting birds is going to be a lot better?
Well, no, what I'm really saying is that we have a new sponsor, and that I like it because Winchester sponsors so many youth hunting activities, and that they don't just provide a good shooting shell, they provide good education to all the young hunters in the United States.
Great. You know, there's a bunch of other guys that are hunting right next to us, and we're gonna go over there and visit with them in a minute. David Fontenot. David is the gunsmith.
Right. Greg's out there.
That's right. And let me tell you something else, Nicky. I talked to Mark Carey.
Right.
Mark sold so many bows from the show we did the other day. I just want to remind all our viewers that we got archery season fixing to start, and if they do need a bow, they can go buy Carey's, and he's going to fix them up.
Carey's in Ville Platte has the largest selection of bows I've seen in a long time.
It's true.
That's where I got my first bow.
I know that. Well, great. Let's go on over there and meet the other guys, and we're going to go on out to the field. And Nicky, I see, on opening day, it's our ritual about cooking right there.
Right. We're going to barbecue. It's a social event.
It's a social event. All right. Let's go on over there. Carey just drove up. Pat is our new administrator at Opelousas General Hospital. And Pat, you think, I know that cool breeze just came in. It looks like we might have some birds, I hope.
Yeah, Byron, with that wind, it might move the birds a little bit.
Yeah.
At least it'll be a little more pleasant to sit out in the field.
It's true, and I'm going to get the cameraman to follow you to see how many birds you kill.
Oh, God.
You think we're going to be in trouble?
We might be.
Okay, I want you to introduce me to these two fine gentlemen right here.
This is my oldest son, Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy, how you doing? I'm Byron Briggs.
This is my youngest son, Brian.
Hi, Brian. Y'all like the dove hunt, boys?
Sure.
Great, great. Well, look. So you got your lawn chairs and your gun and everything. We're going to, as you can see, Nicky's over there barbecuing. We're going to barbecue a little bit, then we're going to go on out to the field.
Sounds great.
All right. Got David Fontenot. David, how you doing?
Doing good, Byron.
I tell you what, David, you'd be surprised on how many people talk to me about the show, about, you and the gunsmithing and doing the work over at Dave's gun shop and all that.
That's great.
And I hope you have had excellent response from it.
It's been real good, Byron.
Good.
Real good response, man.
So my gun's going to work today.
I guarantee.
All right, good. I want you to introduce
I got an extra one.
Okay,
right.
Good. David, I want you to introduce everybody you got here today.
Okay, we'll start right here with HP Fruge. HP.
All right.
Gregory Doucet.
Greg's an attorney in Opelousas.
That's right.
He's over at Jimmy Genovese's office.
That's one of those old-time Southern attorneys.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what we're looking for.
We got Jared Fontenot
Hey,
right
Jared.
here. This is my son, Jared.
Right.
J.C. Dupre.
Mr. JC. Yeah, I know Mr. JC real well.
Sean Fontenot.
Hey, Sean. And, of course, Kenny.
How you doing,
Fine, fine, buddy. Well, David, I know they're going to have a few birds out here today.
I think we'll have a good hunt.
Really?
I think everybody will be successful.
Good. Where's your dog at?
I have her right back there in the shade.
All right.
With a big water bowl.
Oh, yeah. Well, we...
And she's rolling around.
Really?
Yeah.
I got a big water bowl for myself right now also, and we're going to... what we'd like to do, David, if you don't mind, is when you're out here with your dog, and maybe if you shoot a bird, we can get a picture of you shooting the bird and the dog going and get it and show our viewers on exactly how it's done.
Well, I think me and the dog can do it if the cameraman's good.
Oh, well, wait a minute now. I don't know. We're going to have to take a picture of the cameraman. Well, great. Well, look, we're looking forward to a good hunt today, and of course, we always kind of stress safety first, and not to shoot any low birds or everything like that.
We got a good bunch of school hunters right here, Byron. I don't think we'll have any accidents. It can happen, but all the people need to do is when they get in their spots, just take notice of where everybody's at.
That's right, and just be careful.
Line out your safety zone.
Yeah, well, that's good. Well, look, we appreciate y'all letting us come over, and we're gonna hide in behind some of these bushes and and hopefully we'll get some birds.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you, David. Thank y'all, guys. We're gonna be taking a picture of y'all when y'all are hunting. So now, if y'all decide to miss, don't miss while you're on. Well, while we're filming you. You miss the other time, okay? Great. Okay, we got Nick.
This is a trash bag.
Now you always, whenever you're hunting in somebody's field, you always don't throw cans out in the field. Don't throw bottles in the field. You bring them home.
Well, this is your field, Byron, but everybody wanted to throw this stuff right here, so I went and got this trash
Oh, well,
bag.
thank you, Nicky.
And I said, we're not going to leave trash at Byron's farm.
Good. You know, Nicky, we got some of that Savoy sausage from you, Savoy.
That's delicious.
Isn't it, though? Great.
Hold it still.
All right, and what kind of chickens do we have here, Nicky? Talking about Savoy sausage, what kind of chickens?
Domestic chicken.
No, Nicky. There's only 3 kinds of chickens.
What kind?
There's funeral home chickens. There's roadkill chickens. Okay. Wait, Nicky. There's only 3 kinds of chickens. There's roadkill chickens.
Call me Bud.
No. Roadkill chickens, funeral home chickens, and what's the other kind?
Barbecue chicken.
Barbecue chicken. That's what we're gonna have. Okay. So Tom, this is what you call bringing your gunsmith in the field with you. Right. In case you ever have a problem, it's the best man to bring. And then he also lets you use his gun.
There you go.
You got plenty of shells, David?
Yeah, I got plenty.
Good.
I got another 20 gauge in the truck too.
You do?
If you need to shoot your 20.
All right. You know, it always happens on opening day, huh?
Yeah, it's been known to do that.
It's true.
You have do you have anything on you from up at the top? But I can't do it.
Yeah, push that. There you go. Perfect. Perfect.
You got plenty of shells, Byron?
Huh? Yeah.
You got plenty of shells?
Uh-huh.
It's still a little tight right there. That's a high and a low power you got there.
All right.
I believe that'll do it.
Thank you, sir.
You have problems again, man. I got a real fine 20 gauge in the truck.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about your tree over there you got.
How you like that?
That is neat.
That's a neat tree. It's kind of got a little lean to it right now, but that ground's kind of soft and it's leaning over.
And David, that works, doesn't it?
It works real good. Works real
birds
good.
come to it.
It works better, Byron, in the second and third split.
Is that right?
Because you can set them on the ground.
That's a piece of PVC pipe you have?
That's all it is. A piece of PVC pipe with a T and 2 oak branches with the bird sitting on it.
That's neat. Well, I tell you what, we're going to watch to see if one lights on that tree in a minute. Let me move away from here, and I'm going to let Mr. Tom take a picture of it.
Okay, good luck.
All right, buddy.
Tom, if you sit real quiet and listen, you can hear that bird eye popping. It sounds like when you pour milk on your cornflakes or your Rice Krispies cereal in the morning. What it's doing is those pods are discharging the seed at this time of the year, and that's the dove's favorite food, the bird eye, and that's what they in here after. Dead bird, Speck. Speck, come. Speck, come. Dead bird. Dead bird, Speck. Watch him, Tom. First one of the season. God bless.
Well,
Actually, it's not time yet. It's just getting time, feeding time. All these birds we killed, none of them had anything in their cross. So right now is the time we ought to be out there.
true, and boy, it's hot today.
Yeah, that's why I got these 2 cold drinks.
You know, Dr. Tom Castillo's out in the field. I'm going to go out there and film him. And I think David Fontenot has his limit by now.
I would think so.
And the rest of those guys are doing real well. That's Doc right there. Yeah, there he is. He's out there with his dog. What's his dog's name, Tom?
Duke.
Duke.
Yeah.
How old is he, Doc?
He's 3 years old.
Really? He's really pretty. How long?
Well, he's been in a fight lately. You can kind of see that.
Did you train him yourself?
Yeah, I did. I think it works better if you train your dog
Right,
yourself.
I do too. I start them off young and start throwing things at them, you know, for them.
Play with him. I have a pond that I play with him in, got him used to the water.
Right.
And worked him with dummies, and then I shot pigeons for him.
Oh, okay.
And finally brought him duck hunting. And after that, they kind of, once they get the idea, they kind of stay trained.
They do, don't they? That's like old Max. Max is a pro. Where you at, Max?
Max is hiding in the shade.
Max, you hide under there, Max? Huh? Max. Max. Boy, you don't think it's hot out here?
Oh.
It really is. How many birds you got?
I just got a couple.
Really?
I'm not a real good shot like you, Byron.
No, I tell you what, you made a beautiful shot a while ago on that bird that just came by.
Blind luck.
Is that what it was?
That's, I can guarantee it.
Yeah. Are you as good a shot as Dr. Buller or not?
Oh, no. Dr. Buller shoots better left-handed than I do right-handed.
Is that right?
He's very, very good. Just ask him.
Yeah. Just ask him, he'll tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Well, you know, when all the guys come out of the field, we're going to see what they did. I know a couple of them, I think, have their limit. And Nicky has 3 or 4.
That's not too bad.
No?
That's not too bad. There's been a lot more shooting for just 3 or 4, you know.
Right. There's Nicky. He's way down there.
Yeah. There's some little ground doves going in.
Yeah, those little turtle doves.
Yep.
Tell you what, thank goodness we brought water for these dogs.
Yeah, that's important.
It really is.
They, especially this first split, they really can't take it without the water to help them cool off. They're unable to sweat, and you don't bring water for them, well, you shouldn't bring your dog.
That's correct. Now, a lot of dogs have heat strokes this time of year, you know?
Yeah.
Like
It happened to a friend of mine hunting woodcock, and he had to soak his dog in the bayou and everything to get the temperature down.
Is that right?
It can be, you know, and that's later in the year, as you know, that's December. But it stays hot here for a good long time, and dogs don't know when to quit. They just keep working.
Well, they're still shooting back there, Doc.
They sure are.
Oh, what kind of gun do you have there? I was just noticing that.
This is a little over-under. It's a Spanish-made gun. It's not a real fancy gun, but I like to use it for doves because you sweat a lot, and I don't have to worry about messing up the...
There goes Nick. Did he get him, Tom?
Well, that's a Pittman Robertson dove.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know, but every time you buy a shotgun shell, part of that is taxed and goes for game management.
Yeah, it does. So that one went to game management.
That one went to game management.
Yeah, well, that's the same.
Blame that one on you, Byron.
Right. That's the same bird that Nicky shot at, isn't it?
No, I think he shot at 2 others that were about as high. That's out of range.
Yeah.
Think you got him?
Yeah. You hide Max, huh? Got your water over there? Go drink some water. Nicky just got a double. See if I can pick him up. Well, Max found one of Nicky's birds and he's gonna bring him back to me. Good boy, Max, give me him. Good boy, drink you some water, we're gonna go find his other bird for him. All right, Greg. How'd you do today?
I did well. Got
Okay.
my limit.
You did?
Yep.
That's super. I saw you over there. You all were doing some good shooting today.
I tell you what, the heat was killing us, but we didn't do it and got some birds.
Well, that's good.
So,
Tell you what, I like your bike there.
thank you. Just
What-
got it last December.
Is that right? Where'd you get that?
Southside Honda.
Uh-huh. That's
In
good.
Lafayette.
Yeah. How about David Fontenot? How did he do?
He did well. He did his limit. In fact, that's why he's going.
Uh-huh.
He's going home.
And
Got to cool off a little bit.
who else got their limit, Greg?
Kenny Fontenot got his limit. HP Fruge got his.
He did?
I never talked to JC Dupre. I don't know what
Right.
he had.
Yeah.
So,
But it was a good hunt today. It really was.
yeah, we had a real good time. Real good time. Other
Yeah.
than the heat, it was fun.
He was. And I tell you what, old Max over here, he's having a rough time. You know that?
Yep, David had his dog, and she's pretty exhausted too.
She was, huh? I don't know if Tom got some footage of David's dog, but he has a good little Brittany, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's got some good dogs.
Yeah. And well, that's great.
They work. I tell you, that's what you need in these beans right here, so you don't lose them.
It's true. And stomp the beans down. You get a little dog like that to get under there like a rat. You know?
That's it.
Good.
But so we heading out.
Well, good. Well, listen, we enjoyed it today, and it was
We did too.
and certainly a pleasure to be with all y'all gang, and we're gonna have to do it again.
We'll do it again.
Good. Thank you.
All right, Brian. Thank you.
All right. You got your bird, Nick? Nicky shot another one. I think Max got him. No? He must have gave it back to him. Let's see. No, I think he hasn't. Yeah, that's what you call a good dog. He goes to get everybody else's birds. Good boy, Max. Come on here. Good boy. I got that one without making a shot. Here, give him to me. Good. All right. Yeah, give him to me. Good, thank you. I got your bird, Nick. All right,
I tell you what, Byron, it's at the end of the day,
yeah,
me, you, and Tom Castile all ended up with our limits.
it's true.
Oh, yeah, wait till we go count them. We're going to go clean them in a little while.
All right, let's go on over there to the truck. We had a good time, though.
That's 2 limits.
Yeah,
And then there's a couple right there for Tom Castile, and I know he's got the rest with him.
right. So we had about 10 or 12 hours today, Nicky, and everybody limited out.
That's what I think.
Yeah. We
Greg
killed-
Doucet and his crew limited out,
yeah,
too.
they got we killed about 150, 175 does today, total, you know.
And this is begins hunting season.
Now that's the way to begin it, isn't it?
That's right.
Nicky, I tell you what, why don't you show our viewers on how to clean a dove real quick? Or you want me to?
I want you to. You're
All
the
right.
best.
All right.
I'll take pictures of you.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Nicky, first thing I do is I take the tail feathers out, and I'll show you real quick. If you slide your thumb across the dove's body like that, real easy, in other words, you don't want to tear the meat. But if you just do it like this, I'll show you real quick how long it takes to clean a dove. Now also, Nicky, what we do is we use scissors now to clean out all our birds. We just about got him picked for the first phase on how to clean a dove.
Now, we leave the wings feathered, right?
Right, I usually
Clip them off.
clip them off at that first joint. Okay. That right there, Nicky, is almost a clean bird. It doesn't look that good right now, but I'm going to show you in just a minute. If you clip them off right here and the 2 feet off, and the tail, you can reach in and grab it. You can do it all in one step, and it doesn't take any time to clean a bird.
So it takes about a minute, minute and a half to pluck and clean a dove.
That's right, if you do it this way. Now, a lot of people sit there and pluck the end of the wing feathers, and I don't do that. I clip them off right here, right there. So in a minute, we're gonna go ahead and I'll show you how easy it is to go ahead and gut them. So
Tell me when you're ready.
all right, Nicky, what you got there?
That's one dress. Now watch, I'm going to show you how to do one
All
real
right.
quick. This is what you were talking about, the little clippers.
Yeah. You just snip them off. Let's see. And that's it.
Dress bird.
Boy, that's fast, isn't it, Nicky?
It's the way to do it. You want to do another one?
Yeah.
Let's go one more.
All right. Tell you what, Nicky, you are really good cleaning those birds.
I am?
Yeah.
Well, you know who taught me, huh?
Ah.
You did.
Oh, okay.
You want to do another?
No, I don't want to do it anymore, Nicky. I see Dr. Castile is coming around the house there.
Okay.
All right, Dr. Castile, I got my limit, Nicky got his, and...
Well, so y'all gonna shame me, huh?
I know, so you got 11, is that right?
Oh, well, I'll say it, but I really...
Okay, well, one more. Now, you're going to stay later and try and get your last bird, or what?
No, I think if you stay until dark and shoot, you might mess up somebody shooting tomorrow.
It's true. True.
So I'm just gonna have to suck it up and
and end up with
hang
11.
my head.
And settle for 11.
Yeah. Settle for 11. Well, that's not bad.
Go home and cry about it.
Yeah.
You know.
We just got through showing the viewers on how to clean birds, Tom. And if you want, we'll clean all yours here. You see, little man usually cleans all the birds.
Oh, well, that's very nice. I usually pick them when I shoot them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're warm.
Right,
and
that's
they're easy to pick.
That's correct. Now we're gonna we have our birds right here, and we're gonna get Nicky usually picks the birds for us, so he is.
He fetches. He
fetches.
Picks,
But you know, this year I have to retrain him. You know, because when he takes Max out, he has to learn to tell Max to fetch, not come here and come get it. You think it's gonna be hard to train him, or what?
It's gonna be a lot easier just to retrain Max.
Oh, you will?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You have my word on it.
All right. Okay, well, I hope everybody enjoyed this week's show. We really enjoyed bringing it to you, and I wish we would have got more footage on shooting the doves and everything else. And what's that day?
Winchester.
Oh, and our Winchester shells. That's right. If it wouldn't have been for Winchester, we would have killed all these birds, huh, Nicky?
That's right.
No, we enjoyed bringing you this week's show, and it's just a shame. It's so hard to try and, you know, it's hard enough to try and kill a dove, much less catch him in that camera. But we had a good time bringing it to you this week, and we hope everybody enjoyed it. And we want to remind all our viewers, when you do go out, practice good hunter safety when you're out in the field. And be courteous to your other hunters, know where they're at, and it's all to have a good time. And until next week, we'll see you out on Outdoors.
We hope everyone has enjoyed this week's edition of the Acadiana Outdoors Show. Remember, whether you're on the water or in the woods, the role you play as a sportsman is how others see it. We hope everyone's next outdoor adventure is a good one, and don't forget, if you kill or catch something, that's a bonus. Until next week, I'm David McCann for Byron Briggs and the Acadiana Outdoors Show. Keep on camping, and we'll see you in the woods. Welcome to this week's edition of Acadiana Outdoors. Stay tuned for the next 30 minutes as your host, Byron Briggs and Nicky DeJean, bring you up to date on what's happening in the outdoor world. Whether we're fishing for big bass, chasing boss gobblers, or after that elusive Boone and Crockett buck, stay tuned for an outdoor adventure you won't forget. And here's your host, Byron Briggs.
Welcome to Acadiana Outdoors. Well, Byron, this is the big hunt of the year, the legislative dove hunt, and Governor Edwards attended it. Tell me about it.
Well, you know, every year that David McCann, Mr. Francis Thompson from up there, up north Louisiana, put on a dove hunt for the legislators, and this year was a great hunt as usual.
Right.
And David, they killed a lot of birds, and of course we want to also thank the governor for allowing us to film him while he was up there.
Right, and we're going to send him a tape, right?
Oh yeah, we got to send the governor a tape.
Well, I tell you what, you want to get into the show quick because it's a pretty good show
Sounds
to
great.
watch. Let's mention our sponsors real quick,
All right.
and we'll get on to the show.
Okay.
St. Landry Bank, Thrifty Way Pharmacy, LeBlanc, Chamberlain, and Martin.
All right.
R&D Sprayers, Carey Sporting Goods, Dave's Gun Shop, DC Pontiac, Cadillac, Buick, and GMC.
All right.
Opelousas General Hospital. Joy Dog Food.
Right.
Boy, that's good dog
You
food.
talk about good dog food.
Primos Wild Game Calls.
That's correct.
Winchester Hunting Ammunition.
And of course, Mossy Oak.
And Mossy Oak.
Great.
Well, Byron, you ready to get to the show?
Yeah, we just want to remind our viewers that Dave is not here today. He's getting prepared for a squirrel hunt coming up here in the first part of October, and we just appreciate David going up there and doing this for us.
Right. David's our North Louisiana correspondent. That's what he's doing now.
Right. Great. Well, I tell you what, Nick, you got anything else for right now?
No, let's get to the hunt.
All right, let's go on up to North Louisiana, and then we're going to come on back.
We're here today on Francis Thompson's legislative dove hunt. With us today is Governor Edwin Edwards and our old faithful companion, Dakota. Governor, there's a bit of shooting going on around, and a few birds on us, but we can't seem to get them just in range.
As usual, they put me in the best spot, nothing short of. That happens.
We planned that all year.
I know. No, they're flying all over the place, but this particular spot seems to be avoided. They're probably camera shots.
That may be it. But, you know, every time we turn the cameras on, it slows down.
Doves are also smart, you know. They always avoid the best shooters.
The best shooters?
Yeah.
Tell you what, they've avoided us since we've been here. Wait a minute. What did you say, the best shooter?
I say they avoid the best shooters.
Edward. Shot in edgewise. Look, we're going to have a talk with him in the next commercial. We're not going to have him on the show anymore if he doesn't let the host shoot too. Come on, Dakota. We're hunting today over a sunflower field. Harvested about 3 weeks ago. Seems to be a good many birds here. About 350 acres. Behind us over here is a bean field that's about 2 weeks away from harvest. And it's kind of viney, so it's kind of thick. We lost a couple of birds over there, even with the dogs.
That's not so. 3 over there, 1 there.
That's a good many birds.
Hey! Hey! October. And then I hunt Fruge here in the West Texas, sometimes around 4:50.
Do you enjoy the sport?
Oh, very much. I love being outdoors.
You know, a lot of people think it's the kill that's important. It's really not, is it?
What's that?
A lot of people think it's the kill that's important.
Oh, no,
It's really not.
no. I mean, you might spend, like going to Canada, you'd be talking about spending 5 days, maybe 6 days, and there'll only be about 30 seconds that you can do your shooting.
That's right.
It's just the idea of being able to locate the game and stalk them, make the preparations, and get ready to make a kill. You know, once the shot is over with, then that takes all of the fun out of it. Because it's the anticipation and the idea that you're pitting your innate reasoning talents against the instincts of the animal.
Exactly.
And it's a kind of a test of survival.
Now, I tell you, that's when the work starts, is when you harvest an animal.
That's correct.
That's right.
Skinning and
Preparation
field
of the meat.
dressing an
That's
animal
correct.
is a tough job. But it's also good because it takes you out in the woods and in, like this, in the fields and the fresh air and sunshine. Also an opportunity to share that enthusiasm. Like today, there are probably, I would say, 300 to 400 hunters on all this acreage out here in Louisiana. And you know, you can't find a better dove field than cut sunflowers.
Okay, it's really an attractor for them. They really like it.
They love sunflowers.
You know, last year we hunted the same field and we had a real good shooting in it. I think we all managed to limit out a bird.
But it's a lot more pleasant. It did rained a lot the day before, and we were up
Sure
at our knees in mud, and the mosquitoes were just terrible. But this year there's a nice breeze blowing, and it's dry, and so it's a lot cooler. The humidity's down, and you don't have the mosquito bites.
Right. I tell you, I think the humidity is lower than it normally is. And that front that moved through made a big difference as far as temperature change. Of course, you know, a lot of people from South Louisiana I talk to say the weather is so much different in North Louisiana compared to South Louisiana. Is that true?
It is. It's unusual just a sharp difference like that. The proximity that we have to the Gulf brings in a great deal of moisture and increases the humidity. And just being 100 miles further north away from the Gulf, I think makes a definite difference in the
Really does.
temperature and the humidity.
I tell you, you know, we enjoy having you up here every year, Francis Thompson, area legislator. And you've been working together, hunting together for a lot of years.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it seems like just yesterday to me, but we used to hunt at a place called Mossy Point. And with Lamar Bryant. And I tell you, those days are gone, but they'll never be lost in my memory.
I have some very fond memories of hunting with my children when they were growing up, and also when I was younger, I used to see a lot of doves around Crowley when I was a young attorney there, in and out of the rice and soybeans. Of course, that area south of Crowley, Acadiana Outdoors, real great ducks and goose draws.
Right. I was in Acadiana last year on a goose hunt. And a friend of ours, Byron Briggs from Opelousas, went down there. We shot a TV show there, and I tell you, we had a real good shoot there.
I always like to take Byron with me, that way I can kill 2 lemons.
Now, Byron, I've seen Byron shoot, and I tell you, he's not a bad shot. He really is. You know, years ago, when we were hunting Mossy Point with Lamar Bryant, I was a little kid. I mean, a youngster, and I was just old enough to hunt by myself. And Francis, you were hunting by a tree, and the golf positioned me about 75, 80 yards away, just out of gun range where it was safe. And I watched you guys take 2 limits of birds, or 1 limit of birds apiece that day. And I tell you, I never saw some shotgunning since like I saw that day.
Well, you know, if the doves are flying right and you don't get them going down a 20 or 30 knot wind, and you have some acclimatization hunting with a shotgun, it's not that difficult to kill. The biggest problem that most people have is judging distances and not realizing how fast the dove is moving, because you know, leading a dove 2 or 3 yards is not that uncommon if you're going to try to hit it. Most people would
the bird in the sun. Come on, Joe.
Candy! Come on, right back about that side.
Talking about. Come on. Dale Satie, we're glad to have you to North Louisiana.
It's good to be here.
I tell you what, we put on a hunt every year, and I tell you, you don't miss many of them.
I certainly don't. It's really a good hunt. I hear somebody in the background.
You know, I do too,
and I want to thank him for going to pick up my dove that I just shot.
I tell you what, you know, who just shot that dove?
Either you or I. We shot at the same time.
We
Francis
did.
was the first to go pick it up.
And he claims, so.
You know, he invited me here, so I guess he'll end up with the
I
dove.
know it. No, you shoot the bird and the host gets the bird, I tell you. Well, Dale, what do you think about this North Louisiana dove hunting?
It's real good. It's always been good. It's a good time. It's a great place to come and get back together and visit with people in Baton Rouge.
You kind of let your hair down and relax and just enjoy the time.
It's something that I look forward to coming every year.
Do you know this fellow?
I've seen him a couple of times. Been with him, and I
Let's
tell you,
take
he's
this
a hell
right
of
here.
he's a hell of a
Oh,
bird.
we missed that one. He got over the ditch. Oh, my
Tree,
goodness.
but
Think he's coming back. If he comes back, we're going to get him. This is Francis Thompson, everybody. Francis, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here, David.
Look, we've been doing this how many years?
This is the 20th anniversary.
And I tell you what, we've met a lot of good people over the years.
Sure have. We've had a lot of good folks from all over the state. And like today, we had some even that were in the boat business for years in Delhi that came all the way from Indiana to be with us.
You know, that's a long way, and I guess that really says something for you and the type of hunt and hospitality you put on here in the South.
Well, I think what it says is we put on a good hunt here, and we have a lot of birds, you know, and that makes them come back. People like a good dove hunt, and we have a real good one every year.
Right.
I don't think anybody realizes the trouble.
I don't mean to interrupt, but turn around, guys. Here's a good shot. You saw who hit that one, did you?
Don't claim that
Huh? Come on.
Hey, look. All right, now let's go get him.
Did this bird go down over here? No, this one right here.
Did he go down?
This one go down. You know, there's another one.
No, that didn't go down.
All right. Oh, right here. Did you see that?
I saw it. I bet that one failed.
Well, look, Francis, you and I have been doing this a long time. Of course, you started this out. This is a legislative dove hunt. Explain to the viewers, actually, what is a legislative dove hunt?
Well, after I kill this one,
I got to keep my gun in my hand, set on my shoulder.
get it, Dale?
Yeah. Watch the birds behind him.
But tell the viewers real quick before we get another shot, what is a legislative dove hunt? A lot of people around the state have heard about it.
Well, basically what we do, we invite all the legislators from around the state to come hunt with us.
Right.
And usually we have about 25 or 30. Y'all, I got to quit this.
We got to quit this?
Look at that shot. Look at that shot. I got a boat. I got a boat.
He don't miss.
He don't miss.
Coming again, Francis.
Let David
That's not you, the dove. Dale. Now, didn't Francis put you in the middle of the field?
Yeah, he certainly did.
He did.
Come down on the edge, put it in the middle, and get back to Baton Rouge and drag.
I know it.
Of course, he's only been here 2 weeks watching these doves, so he's exactly
Well,
where
I
they're
tell you
going.
what, this corner seems to be pretty hot right now.
It is.
It really
Hot
is.
spot.
I'm going to go get the dog out of the kennel and see what we can't do.
If you don't mind, David, I got some shells in front.
I'll bring them to you. Here, let me carry that bird and I'll put him in the ice cube.
Alan, there's nothing to this bird hunt. All you got to do is pull the trigger. Give
Hey, well, let me ask you a question real quick while the camera's still running.
Okay,
We're hunting the sunflowers, right?
that's right.
These birds prefer sunflower seed over a cornfield.
In my opinion, sunflower seeds are the best of all hunting seeds for this time of year. And the reason I say that is early on, they harvest this, and it's a legal field to hunt on. Most of the corn that we cultivate or harvest right now would be very few grains on the ground, and the ones that were there would be too large for the birds to consume.
So what you're saying is the sunflower seed is just big enough and it's digestible for the bird, and that's probably why he takes it.
Probably, and it's early in the year. It's a good grain seed that they like. They're attracted to.
Well, I tell you what, we're gonna keep hunting this thing. I tell you, we've had a good shoot right here in the corner since we've been here. Did y'all see my shot I made on that bird?
Whoa, back. Right there.
Left.
Right there.
Over. Dead bird. Honey up,
Come
honey
on,
up.
bring it here.
That one ought to have plenty of shots.
That's right.
We all got a piece of it.
Dale, I believe Francis missed it. You hit it.
Watch again, Francis. Missed the first one, I'll go ahead and shoot.
Still a little shooting going on.
Well, you know, it's just 6:15. They've got, what, about another hour or so before
Well,
sunset.
not quite, but it's pretty close.
Francis, we appreciate you coming to the Acadiana Outdoors Show, or letting us come up here to hunt.
Enjoy it.
We've had a good time and look forward to maybe doing it again next year.
Look forward to y'all coming next year.
Okay. Well, that wraps it up for this week. I'm David McCann for the Acadiana Outdoors Show. Keep on camping, and I'll see you in the woods.
Okay, Nicky, well, how'd you like that footage that David shot up there?
Byron, I really did like it.
Wasn't that great? And, of course, our representative, Dale Satique from Eunice, was on that hunt also.
Right, and I know there's an interview in there with him, and everybody around here will like to see the little local flavor to that show.
That's true. And also, Nicky, we also want to say that, you know, we're very lucky that we have a governor that loves to hunt and fish.
Well, if you read Louisiana Conservationists over the years, and over many years, one of the reasons why we have all the hunting and fishing spots we do is because of the tremendous amount of land that's been put into
That's correct.
wildlife refuges and things because of this.
Look at the state parks we have. Look at all the wildlife refuges, like you
Right.
say, that we have now in the state of Louisiana just in the last 15, 20 years that he's been the governor. So he's been a big part of wildlife, bringing back wildlife here to the state.
Right, I agree with that.
Great. Have anything else this week, Nick?
No, I'd just like to say thanks for being with us, and I enjoyed it, and we'll see y'all on the great outdoors. Isn't that about right?
That's about right. Thank you, Nicky.
All right, Byron.
Good. And we'll see you next weekend.
We hope everyone has enjoyed this week's edition of the Acadiana Outdoors Show. Remember, whether you're on the water or in the woods, the role you play as a sportsman is how others see it. We hope everyone's next outdoor adventure is a good one, and don't forget, if you kill or catch something, that's a bonus. Until next week, I'm David McCann for Byron Briggs and the Acadiana Outdoors Show. Keep on camping, and we'll see you in the woods. Welcome to this week's edition of Acadiana Outdoors. Stay tuned for the next 30 minutes as your host, Byron Briggs and Nicky DeJean, bring you up to date on what's happening in the outdoor world. Whether we're fishing for big bass, chasing boss gobblers, or after that elusive Boone and Crockett buck, stay tuned for an outdoor adventure you won't forget. And here's your host, Byron Briggs.
Welcome to Acadiana Outdoor. Nicky, I'm glad you could make it again this week.
Thank you, Byron.
All right.
Glad to be here.
We have a great show today, Nicky. We have a dove hunting trip for the Handicapped.
You and I and Dr. Buller.
And Dr. Buller. And, of course, it was put on by Sam Knott and Luke Lewis and a bunch of guys up in above Alexandria. And we have all the sponsors on the show. We're going to talk about that on the show, so we don't want to get into that. But it was just an excellent hunt. And we had the Retrieving Club out there. And all the handicapped individuals, each one of them had their own man and a dog to be out there with them.
Right. Well, I mean, a beautiful place, too.
Wasn't it, though?
I mean, we're going to talk about it during the show, but it was a 135,000-acre farm.
Right, and no woods.
No woods.
It's all in plantable acres, and it was just fabulous, and we just had just a great time.
I mean, we ate, we had good
yeah, we had a
camaraderie, whatever you call it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Good hunting. The hunt didn't last long.
No.
I mean, we had a good time.
We really did. Okay, well, you ready to go to Alexandria?
Let's go.
We're going to go into Alexandria. We'll come on back. Welcome to another Acadiana Outdoors show. Today we're in North Louisiana up at Delta Farms, and with us today we have Nicky DeJean. Nicky.
Hey, Byron.
And Sam Knott.
Brian, good to see you.
Sam, we really appreciate the invitation that you've extended to us today. And I want you to tell us all who was invited here and what we're doing here.
Well, Byron, this is an idea that started about 6 or 7 months ago when the U.S. Forestry Service sponsored a seminar in Alexandria about hunting and fishing opportunities for disabled hunters and people interested in the outdoors. And some of us in Alexandria who shared an interest in hunting got together, and we thought that a dove hunt would be a good opportunity for us to provide a hunting opportunity for some disabled hunters that they might not have otherwise. I think Luke Lewis from Willamette.
Well, you know, we hear Luke in the back. Hey, Luke! Luke! Yeah, we hear him in the back right now. And go ahead, I'm sorry.
Luke Lewis and Wayne Bergeron.
Right, of course, Wayne,
before,
you know, has been...
kind of inspired us to get this project started. And we have a group of about 12 hunters, able-bodied and disabled, that organize this thing, and we're expecting 10 to 12 disabled hunters today, along with some other volunteers and invited guests.
Because we want to go out and get some interviews with some of these gentlemen after a while.
Great.
When we're out in the field, you know?
Yeah.
Well, Sam, who are some of the sponsors generally?
I'm glad you asked me that, Nicky. We first of all and foremost, we want to thank Louisiana Delta Plantations for helping us bring this event off. They could not have been more cordial and cooperative, and Terry Smith and Charlie Frazier and Gerald Edwards have just been great to us. We've also received a lot of support from Coca-Cola in Alexandria, from
and also
Security Sporting Goods, that's right. Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries Department, and Secretary Joe Herring was very involved with us in our hunter safety training. Riverland Ambulance Service from Faraday is here today with an EMS crew.
Here we're also going to have dogs.
That's right. The Central Louisiana Retrievers Club will be here with some retrievers to help these fellows in wheelchairs pick up their birds.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is great.
We're tickled.
So what are we getting ready to do?
Well, Luke Lewis is over there. We want Luke. Hey, Luke, come on over a minute.
Let me move out and let you talk to Luke.
Luke designed this T-shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How you doing, Luke?
Just fine.
Good. Luke, I know, you know, with you and Sam doing all this work for the Handicapped group that we have here today, and you designed this new T-shirt.
Well, we took some artwork and put it together, just something that would help us kind of promote what we're trying to do.
Right.
So we're real happy.
And also we want to, don't forget to thank Willamette for all the participation that they have done in the last year or so in trying to help the handicapped. I just think it's great that a timber company like yourselves are going into this effort. And I just want to tell you how much we appreciate it, and I know a lot of our viewers do too.
Well, it's a good thing for the sport of hunting just to have people like this involved with hunting. You see so much negative today in the press about hunting and anti-hunting, and this is just a good way where you can involve youth or handicapped people to, you know, promote the sport itself. And it's a very positive thing.
Great. Well, look, we're looking forward to the hunt today, and of course, I see you got the barbecue pit fired up. We're going to take a picture of that. And I hope you're a lot better cook than Nicky is, because Nicky usually always burns them.
I'm not going to burn them.
Okay, then we're going to
barbecue on it. They're going to taste good.
All right, thank you, Luke.
Okay, thank you.
Man, this is Mr. Gerald Edwards. He farms out here at the plantation. What's the name of this place?
It's Louisiana Delta Plantation.
And how many acres is it?
About 125,000 acres of farmland.
We've been talking to you, and I heard you hadn't been on all of it, and you've been out here how many years?
Oh, approximately 16 years.
God, dog, Mr. Edwards.
It's quite a place.
I tell you what kind of field we gonna be hunting in today?
Where we have harvested corn and mallow. We've already harvested that in dished it under, which is real good for the bird.
I'll be darned. I hear you farming too, right?
Yes, I farm about 12,000 acres.
I want some of our viewers back home to hear this. 12,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot of land, isn't it?
Yeah, I farm 12,000. I have 6 boys that work for me.
I'll be darned. Well, listen, we sure appreciate being up here, and maybe one day we can come back and do this again.
We're glad to be a part of it.
I tell you what, if you see these 2 owners that own this property, tell them thank you.
Okay, sure will.
Okay, I'm with, I'm sorry your name, I forgot it.
Ted Melder.
Ted Melder from where?
Pitkin, Louisiana.
Pitkin. That's up in North Louisiana too, huh?
Yeah, about the center of the state.
Is that right?
Over by Fort Polk.
Yes. You ready to shoot some doves?
Yes, sir.
But you ready to eat first, though?
Yeah, I'm ready to eat this first.
Well, good. Listen, it's certainly a nice deal they put on today, aren't it?
Certainly is.
And we really appreciate everybody putting this on for us. And of course, it's not for me, it's for you.
That's right, and we appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Good.
Very
Thank
much.
you a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bob, how you doing? I just saw you drive up pulling that trailer over there. What you got in it?
Well, we got 3 Labrador Retrievers and 1 Chesapeake Bay Retriever.
And y'all from the Central Louisiana Retriever Club, right?
That's correct. We're in Alexandria.
Okay. I really want to thank you for coming today and to provide these guys with the dog to go pick up their doves. Y'all gonna be bringing water in the field to them too, because I know it's kind of hot today.
Oh yeah, we're well prepared with the water and the first aid kits for ourselves and the dogs.
So y'all have everything equipped. I hear a little fan blowing in your trailer, so they're cool right now, but they're gonna get hot later on, right?
Dog lives better than I do.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for coming.
We appreciate it.
I want to watch those dogs hunt today.
Well, hopefully we'll have lots of birds today, and the dogs get to do some work for us.
Okay. Are y'all gonna have a handler with each dog?
Handler with each dog.
Okay, well that's great.
Hopefully there'll be 12, 15 dogs here today.
Wow, that's something. Well, look, thanks a lot again.
You're welcome. Thank you. There's a dog that has lived. What you say, bud? Glad to hear
Well, Philip, you ready to go get some doves?
I am ready, man.
Come on. You know, last year when we did I don't know if you got a copy of the film that when Wayne went out and did it, it was raining that day y'all went.
Oh, man, it's a much more nice day today than it was that day.
It's true.
It
Well,
turned out to be a
listen,
mess.
I want to know, before we go out, Philip, I want to know how good a shot you are.
Well, I went on a little dove hunt last weekend, me and my younger boy, which my older boy hunting with me today, and we ended up shooting about 3.5 boxes of shells, and I knocked down about 7 or 8 birds.
Really? Well, good.
And I'm going to have a little more confidence today. I'm going to
Okay.
take my time with my
Yeah.
shots.
Good. I tell you what we're going to do, if you don't mind, we're going to get my cameraman right there, Nick, is going to follow you for a little while, and he's going to get some shots, some footage of you shooting at some doves, and I know you're going to get some for him.
Okay? That sounds good.
And I like your rig here. Nick, watch this thing over here. That is first class, Philip.
It works handy for me. I've had a little problem with my rig every now and then.
Yeah.
I'll give you some slack.
All right.
I can. Got it?
All right.
Putting your britches on in the
Is
morning.
that right?
It's
So
just
there's no,
an everyday thing. I've got used to all that. It just
Yeah.
takes a little longer to do things. You just have to pick a different way to do it. I had carried my younger boy hunting with me last weekend. And, the age limit on this hunt's 12. I didn't want to leave him completely out, so that's good enough right there. No, I really hadn't had a whole lot.
Is that right?
Yeah, I was right in the middle of deer season last year. I busted the output shaft on my transmission. It was down for several days, but other than that, it's been pretty good.
Well, that's good. Now, you going to bring your chair in the field?
Right, I'm gonna hunt out of my chair. I'm gonna take that to get to the field and load my chair on the back of it.
And what you were saying a while ago about every once in a while on your mud grips on your tires?
Well, I got mud grips on my other chair, but I ain't got enough horsepower to turn them over.
You got knobbies on the other one,
I got
huh?
knobbies on my other one. I just don't have enough horsepower to turn them with real bad mud. And on this place here, when it gets a little wet and sticky,
I bet
it wants to kind of hold on to you.
Yeah.
It's gumbo mud.
Good. Well, let's get all our stuff ready, Philip.
I'm ready to go when these fellas get ready. I'm gonna
Get a dog with him.
Okay, who needs it? This gentleman here?
This gentleman here, this John DeVee.
All right, we need one retriever with this gentleman right here. Who do I have down there? Bud McCann? Okay.
All right, great.
Go with this gentleman right here. Okay.
Does he eat doves? Does he eat doves?
Just after the first one, these rest alone.
This is Mr. Ted Melder, another one of our hunters. You want to take your vehicle? Can you take a man and a dog in there, Ted? Cannot. Okay. Let's get somebody paired up with Ted though.
Okay.
To a hunting stand with him.
AD?
All right.
I'll follow you down with the vehicle.
All right. If y'all just stay together to start to get organized here. Raymond? You could probably go with somebody or put, the people that aren't in chairs, don't have special vehicles, we can carpool out there a little bit.
Sam, some of us may have room in a vehicle.
All right.
We've got equipment.
They've got to take their trailers.
Some of us may have room for someone.
Well, let's buddy somebody up with this Raymond Krause here. He's kind of sorry, but he's not all that.
Thank you, Dan. Gene, you want to take Raymond?
He's good enough. We let him handle the money in one of our clubs.
Oh,
all right.
We'll put Gene Cougar on with him.
Okay. Tim Guillory.
Tim Guillory.
I'm fine.
Tim, do you have a special vehicle?
I brought a four-wheeler.
Okay. Jerry. All right, Jerry Lewis down here.
All right.
Tim Guillory.
Who am I missing? Oh, Philip. Philip Monk. Somebody got a lazy dog, needs to go and run.
Well, we'll put Ron Biggs with him.
Okay. Ron Biggs. How many we got left?
All right, we got, I know, 5 dogs left, 4 of them are in my trailer. There's 2 groups.
Byron, today what we're using is number 8 Winchester. We got a new sponsor, and this is who it is.
Winchester.
Right.
Dr. Buller, what you shooting?
I'm shooting number 8 Winchester field load,
All right.
12.
Okay.
How's that sound?
I'll tell you what, anybody that sponsors the amount of youth hunting programs Winchester does, we have to support them, right?
That's it, Nick. So you ready to go film Philip shooting birds out here?
That's right. The next shot, y'all gonna see me filming Philip shoot those birds.
All right. How about it, Dr. Buller? Isn't this a nice deal?
It's a beautiful deal, and it's a lovely farm, and I've just never seen so much acreage in one area. I'm looking forward to a real good dove hunt, and it's been wonderful to have the opportunity to come over.
It really has. Well, look, hopefully we'll end the day on a good note, you know. Well, Nick, you ready to go get Philip?
You got him.
Did he go down?
He's right there. You got him. That was that second one.
Yeah. I bet dog will find it.
Byron, bring Max over here to get that bird. Yeah.
Here, we gonna get see if I can find it?
The dog come there and find it, then you feel.
Well, I'm just gonna walk back here and see if I can.
Well,
I seen where it fell at.
no, he come from back on you.
There goes another one. He's a pretty good shot.
That bird didn't go down.
Must have lit. Might be him. A miss or a hit?
No, a miss. Another one of them miracle birds.
Right over. Byron's really better.
field. Walk straight toward the curve.
Lead him, lead him. Good shot. You got him. Phil.
Yeah, I winged him, and I think Byron finished him off. Here comes a bunch over you, Byron. Bunch you first. Chogged it, and they had a water hose, but it was going dry. And they went every evening and
Banged him.
no, they went every evening and irrigated water to keep
Oh, they
water
did?
and kept water in the water hole for them.
See, like right now in these fields right here, you get a water hole, it'd be deadly.
Uh-huh. But at 4 o'clock, they called it off.
Did you hear Byron?
No, not really.
Oh, Philip. Good shot. That's your second one. I thought you said you couldn't shoot.
Well, I got a little more confidence than I did the other day. I got excited the other day.
Well, Byron, what you...
two of your birds.
Thank you, man.
I want you to know I'm not a retriever. I might look like one, though.
I'm doing a little bit better this weekend.
Boy, I tell you what, you're doing pretty good.
Doing better this weekend than I did last weekend.
That's great.
Thank you, Byron.
All right, buddy. Yeah, you crippled one right there. I had to finish off for you. I hope you didn't mind.
Oh, no. No problem at all.
It's hot out here today.
It is.
Ain't that sun?
Well, I got here in the shade, and it feels real good.
It's
I was
true.
in the sun earlier, and I was about to melt down.
Tell you what, drop it down and I'll go get it for you.
Okay. Thank you a lot.
All right. How y'all doing?
All right.
Good. What y'all got there?
Huh?
What y'all got?
We're the soda men.
Yo, y'all the soda men?
We're the soda men.
Golly, y'all going around to all the guys?
Going around the guys, see if they need a drink.
Yeah, that sure is nice of y'all. I tell you what, everybody's killing a lot of birds right now.
That's what I see. That's it.
It's unbelievable the shooting out here.
That's it.
I got my 10 up here, right there.
Yeah.
And Nicky's out in the field out there. And Philip's doing pretty good over here.
Yeah.
He moved out in the field a while ago.
Yeah.
And
Fruge is tired.
boy, he's hot, isn't he?
Yeah.
Max, you hot? Huh? Did he get him?
Yeah, he picked it up.
She caught her. She got out and flew and he caught her. How did he manage it?
Oh, he catches a lot of them. Come on, Max.
He just caught her.
Come on, Max.
Well, stop that bird.
I don't think
Come on,
that's
Max.
a bird.
Bring it to Philip. Come here. All right,
So
good
that
boy.
bird got up and flew, did he?
Yeah. Ah, you got it?
Yeah, I got it. The wing broke, Phil. That's the reason why it went down. Look at that bird right there, Phil. Watch that gun barrel.
Yeah. Philip, this really has been a fine hunt, hasn't it?
Oh, man, I've had a blast today, Byron. It's something I had never done, but I'd like to do more of it.
It's true. You know, such nice guys, you know?
Just a fellowship with the men out here, Byron, means so much to me.
Right. You know, it's funny about sportsmen. All sportsmen, you know, people like this out here, they're all good people, all get along well.
Come here, Max.
If we had more of this, the world would be a hell of a lot better.
They out here for the good of each other.
That's right.
Good dog.
Look, a bunch of birds right yonder. That ain't dove. You got one dove coming back this way.
So, Nick?
Byron, we gonna close the show?
No, not yet. We got Dr. Bull out there.
That's right. Well, I got my limit, you got your limit. Philip's got part of his limit.
Yeah.
And,
Philip and his son are going down over there. Yeah. So, and boy, Max has been hot today, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think the reason why Max is so hot is because of his tooth. Come here, Max. Come here. Let's see here. Come here, Max. I want to show. Come here, Max. I want to show you his tooth. Come on, Nicky. You're a dentist, aren't you? See where his tooth, he's missing a tooth?
He broke it off.
Wait, let me give you that.
See it?
Yeah, right there, that big tooth.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah. Nicky, what you think? Do you work on
dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I work on dogs. The only thing I don't work on is elephants.
No, really, Nicky. You know, his big tooth, he probably did that maybe when he got hit by that car, I'm thinking.
You know that's true.
So, I think I should bring him to a vet, or?
We need a vet consult Monday morning. Consider it not an emergency, but almost an emergency, because, you know, we're at the end of the split and we got to have him ready for the next season.
It's true. You know, we have, with all the handicapped hunters out here, you saw the rescue unit out here, didn't you?
Right.
That's a good idea.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
It's been a fantastic hunt. I figure, Nicky, just roughly figuring, I'm thinking about 700 to 800 birds were killed out here.
Oh, yeah.
When you think about that many?
That's right.
What, 800?
700, 800.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Max.
This place is unbelievable. You know how you always say it's unbelievable?
It's unbelievable.
It's true.
You see, Byron, you got to bring your little clippers with you when you dove hunt.
Yeah, we're waiting for Dr. Buller to come out of the field. I would think he has his limit.
I would too.
According to Dr. Tom Castile, he's an excellent shot, you know?
Yeah.
Now, is that the water that Max is to drink?
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you what, Nick, we got to get him some fresh water.
All right, well, let's go.
All right, let's go. Maybe we go film Philip or go look for Dr. Buller.
All right. Give me a bag to put these doves in.
All right. Nicky, you going to be out of the show for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, Byron, I need to have an operation. Before we get to the operation, I want you to know, you see that little green line right there? If that was full of bees or something.
No, tell me about
You know they can't get out the bag.
I know. No, really. Tell me about your operation.
Well, on a routine physical exam, it was discovered that I had a little hernia.
Really?
Yeah, and Dr. Buller ascertained that I need to have surgery. I don't know when I'm going to have it because I don't want to miss hunting season.
Yeah. Is it okay if we go film you up in the room?
Yeah, y'all can come up to the hospital.
Okay. And send the flowers where?
To my house.
All right, well, listen, we really wish you the best of luck on your operation. I want you to know that.
Thank you, Byron.
And
I know you really care.
and we're going to bring you some bird feathers or some squirrel tails while you're up there.
Right.
All right. Oh, they must have got one over there, huh?
Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't.
Well, that's it, huh?
Yeah.
That's it. What you doing there, Byron?
Well, I'm picking Dr. Buller's birds. You know, it's always, you know, Nicky, the deal is that when you bring a guest hunting, you pick his birds for him.
That's right.
Oh, I'm sure that's the deal.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yes, sir, Dr. Buller. We got to pick your birds for you.
I had a little fella do with me.
Wheelchair? He got two.
He did?
Yeah. He sure did. He did real good. He shot about 1.5 boxes of shells.
Good.
When he killed 3, couldn't find one.
Yeah, that's true. But overall, we killed a lot of birds. Beautiful country out here, isn't it?
35,000 acres.
Like if you join this club, a place like this, it's like hunting in a great big domain. I mean, you would find games like here, these games here,
Right.
and it would be a kick, man.
It would. It really would. Okay, Nicky, we got the birds plucked, Dr. Buller. Now, you see, I plucked the birds for our guests, and Nicky guts the birds for our guests.
No, we don't have to gut them. Just put them back in that little plastic bag. Here you go. Don't worry about gutting them. Because
Sure?
No, I want to clean the gizzards anyhow.
Oh.
My shooting was terrible.
Look,
that's hard.
All right.
Okay, look, I tell you what, me and Dr. Buller and, of course, Nicky, we had a great time today. We really appreciate it. It was a great hunt.
It was. We had a good time, I think. We tanked up on the food pretty good.
Yeah, the food was excellent, wasn't it, Dr. Buller?
It was wonderful.
The birds were definitely sporting today.
Yeah. everybody did real well. We all just about got our limits. And we want to thank the Retriever Club for coming out.
That was nice.
It really was. For them to come out and bring it for the guys. And also the rescue unit.
Yep.
And we want to thank Willamette and Louisiana Delta Plantation, of course.
No doubt,
And Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries, the Louisiana Wild Turkey Federation, Riverland Ambulance Service, Security Sporting Goods, and Coca-Cola, and Security Sporting Goods. Right, Dr. Muller?
You got them
I
all.
believe I got them all.
You got them all.
Great. Well, Doc, you got anything to say?
No, it was just a wonderful hunt and a wonderful time, and I appreciate the chance to be here.
Great.
We appreciate all the participation from the medical group here. And
Appaloosa General?
Yes, sir. You know, it's good that y'all got a vision for something like this, because without your help, you know, it wouldn't happen. And I think these kind of things where we can coordinate a lot of different groups to the general public is really going to help a lot.
Yeah, I think
a long
so.
way.
Great. Well, Luke, thank you again.
Thank you. Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you a lot. It was a pleasure.
Dr. Muller, it sure was,
Thank
buddy.
you, Byron.
Good. And until next week, we'll see you out on Outdoors. Okay, I tell you what, that was a great time and a good fellowship, and these guys really, really appreciate it. You know, all these guys in wheelchairs and handicapped individuals. And
This was called Dove Shoot 93, right?
That's correct.
And next year will be Dove Shoot 94.
94.
But the point being that this is the initiation of the Handicapped Hunters Society or group
Well,
in
no, it's
Louisiana,
a group
right?
that we had started a while back.
Right.
When Wayne Bergeron was instrumental in getting this group started. And
Yeah.
of course, Sam Knott got involved, and Luke Lewis got involved, and the first thing you know, it grew and grew.
It's an
and grew.
organization
That's right,
now.
it's an organization. So we just happen to be just part of it. you
Right.
know? What else we got this week, Nicky?
Well, we have another dove hunting show
Yeah.
coming up.
Next weekend's a great dove hunting
And
show
then
in
we're going to get
Alabama.
into some super squirrel hunting.
Talk about, good squirrel
I mean,
hunting.
they need to stay tuned for that because
It's
that's
true.
going to be great.
And then we're going to have some cooking coming up, too.
Right.
Nicky, I'm going to let you close this week.
Okay. I'm Nicky DeJean, and this is Byron Briggs, and we'll see y'all on the great outdoors. Thank you for being with us.
See you next weekend.
Everyone has enjoyed this week's edition of the Acadiana Outdoors Show. Remember, whether you're on the water or in the woods, the role you play as a sportsman is how others see it. We hope everyone's next outdoor adventure is a good one, and don't forget, if you kill or catch something, that's a bonus. Until next week, I'm David McCann for Byron Briggs and the Acadiana Outdoors Show. Keep on camping, and we'll see you in the woods.